I was in the school yesterday and I passed by next to a classroom. In the classroom, the teacher delivered the lesson and then the bell rang. The period ended. So the teacher delivered the lesson. After that, the bell rang. We have two sentences. In each sentence, we of course have verbs. The teacher delivered the lesson. Delivered is a verb, the action, and then the bell rang. So rang is also a verb. And if you can notice that both of the sentences are in the past, so obviously the verbs are in the past form. We want to put these two ideas in one sentence. How can we do this? The teacher delivered the lesson when the bell rang. All right, this is a complete sentence. However, it's incorrect. The teacher had delivered the lesson when the bell rang. We added had plus past participle, verb 3, to know which action happened first, because we have two verbs in one sentence. The teacher had delivered the lesson and then the bell rang. So delivering the lesson was the earlier action, the older action, and the newer action, the later action, was the bell ringing. This form is called the past perfect simple, and it basically means that the teacher finished delivering the lesson. After that, the bell rang. This is the meaning of the sentence. We use the past perfect simple when we have two actions in the past. One of them is earlier than the other, and the earlier action, the older action, had been completed. It was done. But the question is, what if the teacher hadn't completed the lesson when the bell rang? What should the sentence be like? The teacher had been delivering the lesson when the bell rang. He had been still delivering the lesson and then the bell rang. So the form of the past perfect continuous is had plus been plus verb with ing, and the other verb of course in verb 2 form, past simple. Let's read another example so we can understand the differences between past perfect continuous and past perfect simple. This is example number 1. I had eaten my dinner when you called me. Example number 2. I had been eating my dinner when you called me. Two examples talk about the same situation. I was eating dinner and you called. What's the difference? Example number 1, I had finished my meal and then you called me. So we could talk. Example number 2, I hadn't finished my meal and you called me in the middle of my action, in the middle of my meal. Alright, now I will read two other sentences, but I'm going to ask you questions and you will answer. You have to point at the difference between past perfect simple and past perfect continuous. Number 1, she had studied for 3 hours before the exam. Which option is correct? A or B? A, she finished studying before the exam. B, she didn't finish studying before the exam. Of course, A is the correct answer because it indicates a finished action. She had studied before the exam. We did not say she had been studying before the exam. Example number 2. They had been playing tennis when it started raining. Option A, they finished playing tennis before it rained. Option B, it rained while they were playing tennis. Of course, B is the correct answer because it's in the past perfect continuous. They were playing tennis and then it started raining in the middle of their action, playing tennis. Alright, what the question in the final exam would be like? Here are 10 questions. Obviously easy because you have already answered the difficult ones. So you have to spend not more than 5 minutes answering those 10 questions. And I hope you get them all right.
Do the activity in the booklet, then compare your answer to the model answer.